Welcome to episode 1 of the .NET Core interview series. You're watching the .NET Way, where we bring you real mock interviews to help developers like you crack your next .NET job interview. In each episode, you'll watch technical discussions with real-world context and answers that matter. Today's topic, what is .NET Core? And the big one, why should we hire you? Let's begin with Arohi. Arohi, before we dive into the technical questions, can you briefly introduce yourself and walk us through your background?
Sure. I have over 3 years of experience working with .NET technologies, including both .NET Framework and .NET Core. In the last couple of years, I've mainly focused on building scalable web APIs and microservices using .NET Core. I enjoy working in agile teams, and I'm really passionate about writing clean, maintainable code and exploring cloud technologies like Azure. Recently, I worked on a project where we migrated a monolithic application to a microservices architecture using .NET Core and Docker. That gave me deep hands-on experience in modern software design and deployment.
Let's begin with the basics. What exactly is .NET Core?
.NET Core is a free, open-source, cross-platform framework developed by Microsoft. It's used for building modern, scalable applications such as web APIs, microservices, and console apps. Unlike the traditional .NET framework, it runs on Windows, Linux, and macOS.
That's helpful. But tell me, why do you think Microsoft created .NET Core when they already had the .NET framework?
To address the limitations of the .NET framework, .NET Core was designed to be modular, lightweight, and cross-platform. It's built for modern app development, including containers, cloud environments, and high-performance microservices.
How do you explain the evolution from .NET Core to .NET 5, 6, and beyond?
.NET Core evolved into the unified platform starting with .NET 5. From .NET 5 onward, everything is under a single umbrella, just called .NET. It combines capabilities of .NET Core, Xamarin, Blazor, and more into one SDK and runtime.
What kinds of applications can you develop using .NET Core?
.NET Core supports building a wide range of applications, including web APIs, MVC web apps, Razor pages, console apps, real-time apps with SignalR, gRPC services, and cloud-native apps using Azure functions.
Why is .NET Core such a strong fit for cloud-native and microservices-based architecture?
Because it's lightweight, modular, and cross-platform, it supports built-in dependency injection, integrates easily with Docker and Kubernetes, and works well with asynchronous programming and distributed systems.
Quickly differentiate between SDK and runtime in the .NET Core ecosystem.
The SDK includes tools, templates, and compilers needed for development. The runtime is the minimal environment required to run a .NET app. In production, we often install only the runtime, but for development, we need the SDK.
From an enterprise project perspective, what are the key advantages of .NET Core?
Performance, scalability, cross-platform deployment, strong support for modern tools, built-in dependency injection, and easy integration with CI/CD pipelines. It also has strong community support and regular updates from Microsoft.
Let's talk drawbacks. What limitations have you seen in .NET Core?
Earlier versions lacked support for things like Windows Forms and WPF. Also, certain legacy libraries were not compatible. But with the unified .NET 6, 7, 8 platform, many of these gaps have been closed.
What versions of .NET Core have you worked on professionally?
I started with .NET Core 2.1, then used 3.1 extensively. Lately, I've worked on projects using .NET 6 and .NET 7. I've also handled migrations from .NET Framework to .NET 6 using minimal APIs and modern authentication flows.
Alright, final question of this round. Why should we hire you?
I have hands-on experience building real-world APIs, implementing clean architecture, and optimizing performance using tools like EF Core and caching. I understand deployment workflows, security, and unit testing. I'm confident I can contribute immediately to your team and keep growing with evolving .NET technologies.
Great discussion, Arohi. You clearly understand the fundamentals and how they apply to real projects. If you enjoyed this mock interview and want to sharpen your .NET skills, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the .NET Way. We'll be back in episode 2 with the top 10 .NET Core interview questions with live answers. See you then.